Greetings! Today we will be viewing a 2 vs 2 on NUG Abominable Lake. And I think it's between Twilight and Magpie versus Setin and Wingflier. Let's do this real quick. Just move to the center of the water. Yeah, so top left looks like we have Twilight. Top right we have Magpie. Bottom left Setin. Bottom right Wingflier. I've got a few storages here from Setin. Getting that extractor and some energy. Wingflier getting a little bit of everything. Magpie got some storage and grabbing his extractors. And we've got Twilight getting some energy first and then grabbing his extractors. I think it's raining. I might have to go close my windows in a second. Let's speed this up a little bit. Setin is getting vehicles. Let me pause and go close these windows. Sorry about that. Had to go close all my windows. So we've got Setin getting a vehicle plan up, getting that constructor out. We've got Wingflier doing much of the same. Magpie going for K-bots, and Twilight getting vehicles as well. Setin coming out to grab some metal. Weird choice, going for the 0.8 instead of the 1.2. But I mean, I guess it's only 0.4 difference. Still would have probably grabbed that first, then moved to that. Some scouts coming out from both Setin and Wingflier. Magpie, not really much to deal with them, but he doesn't have too much for Wing to get. Did save his extractor. The other one looks like it's headed for Twilight. Lots of scouts coming in from Twilight. They'll probably lose that instigator though. He's doing well to avoid him. I guess there is an constructor out here that he can get. Looks like we've got some AKs coming from Magpie as well. Does manage to get the extractor. Probably not the vehicle though. Screwed up the queue. So that's nice. And we've got some AKs coming in from Magpie, but he is met with the commander. Twilight still running around trying to do some stuff. Keeping, was keeping Setin from building any extractors there. Nice little defensive line set up by the water here from Twilight. And do a good job at stopping stray units. He'll need something a little bit bigger. Something like this pretty much to get through that. Even then it might be rough because of the water. Setin moving his commander up to the water as well. It'll probably put a stop to these flashes pretty easily. Yeah, Twilight just turned around. Over here we've got a jellyfish going up from Magpie. And it looks like he is getting artillery to help deal with the line that is being set up here. He's coming out to Wingflier with a scout here. That threw me off. I was like, green, what? Looks like Magpie's coming out and expanding here. Twilight's grabbing all this stuff and moving up to these patches. And Setin's actually in the water already grabbing metal, which will give him a nice boost there. He does need to get a little more energy though. Looks like the water's really helping out to kind of drown those AA missiles. Wingflier pushing up. try to get a better shot. He's really not hitting much. The shallow water is doing Magpie wonders here. He's managing to shell out some of this stuff and keep Wing busy. I'm sure he's got stuff going on, though. He is building metal and energy here. Getting some levelers. Rolling some levelers out. Also getting in the water. What am I at? Oh, the scout. Scout got his Magpie's constructor. And almost got Twilight. He did catch it soon enough, though. Wingflier trying to get a blocker up and moving up the leveler to try and stop all this. Magpie's trying to get a jellyfish up, which will help out a bunch. That'll really help cover this land bridge here. Oh, yep. Jellyfish is up. Commander's down. That was a really good idea on Magpie. A really good idea on Magpie's part. I never would have thought of that, honestly, because it's shallow water. But that'll protect against amphibious units coming in over here and anything trying to cross the bridge as well. That was a really great idea. We've got a courier from Twilight. Don't know if it has anything in it. But Magpie wants to use it, so that could work out pretty well. We do have some Garpikes coming in. Some amphibious excuse me, some amphibious tanks from Setin moving up through the center here. Bunch of berserkers is probably what he's going to load into that courier. And Magpie and Setin just pretty much controlling the water. Neither Twilight nor Magpie have made much of an effort to grab that metal, which will put them behind a bit. This also will put them behind quite a bit. We just lost 2, 4, like 4.5, 5 metal about right there. Lost a constructor and his Geo. Geo wasn't up yet, but now it's definitely not going up. And then we've got more metal being taken out over here. So Twilight's down to not much metal at all. I know 1.8 can't be right. Maybe, though. 2 metal. Yeah, he's done like 2 metal. Magpie's like 16. He's probably sucking wreckage up. I don't think he's at 16 with none of the water stuff. Okay, so they're both at 10. That looks better. Magpie moving that courier up. He loaded up all those berserkers. Going for hovers, get that Geo up. We've got Twilight coming through with some gunships, and Magpie making use of the courier. Wasn't the best spot to go up, but he really didn't have any info, so it was as good as any. But walking right into that exploiter was kind of a bummer, but he did manage to take it out, and he saved the courier, so that's also nice. Setin does have ships up now, so the courier strat probably won't be effective for too much longer. Especially with that enforcer running around. Twilight getting some information, scouting here. Fortunately, right now, they are pretty out-resourced. Setin's got their side of the water. Wingflier has his side of the water. Twilight is just coming in to start a shipyard, but it'll probably be a little too late. We've got Wingflier already knows he's there, getting a torpedo launcher up, and Setin is on the move as well. But we've got Wingflier with like 30 metal, Setin with another 30, and the two of them together don't even have 20. Twilight going to try the new Condor out, though. I imagine trying to pick up some of these flashes. That'll be nice. I wonder if he gets that off. He does need a little more anti-air, though. We've got Wingflier just running around in his base with scouts. The fact that they're still alive, I probably would have... There he goes. He's got something. But I probably would have tried pumping out some gunships and just going up there. Because there's nothing to take them out, really. This also works, though. Some Shodins on transports. This is probably going to do huge damage to Twilight. Yeah. Wiped him out. And that's pretty much Twilight out of the game there. In terms of AA, Magpie's a little better off. Coming for the commander. And I don't think Twilight has any buildable builders left. So all that's left is Mag here. So I think not making an effort for the water on this map is a fatal mistake. It's a decent amount of metal. I'm not actually sure what. Well, that's not what I wanted. Gosh dang it. Can't actually see how much it gives me. But I imagine it's probably about 15 metal in the water there. Let's say these are 2. That's what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It's about 15 to 20 metal in the water. There's really not much on land. Looks like Setin's bringing units over with envoys. Magpie mostly just has air defense. He does have some storms, which help out. But especially against like levelers, the AA is kind of rough going. His commander took out a big, a big portion of the army there. Jellyfish doing work over here. Wingflier should just send all his fighters in. He doesn't really need them to worry about much else. Twilight's the one who had air and he's gone. Wingflier is coming over to colonize all this. But I mean, even before then, he was out resourcing Magpie 3-1, and Setin was as well. It's just a matter of when at this point. I'm sure we've got, yeah, another fully loaded transport going over. Magpie did get hovers up, which is pretty nice. I don't think it's going to save him, but he's at least able to get some damage in before he dies. Wing has advanced up, so that'll be kind of rough. Curious to see how that jellyfish works against a jellyfish on this map is a really good idea. There's the envoy I was looking for. Another big tank group from Setin. And unfortunately, all Magpie has is the AA, so these tanks are just going to run through his base here. Wingflier coming in with a couple gunships. I mean, at this point, you might as well just send everything up there. Because I see a lot of people make fighters and never do anything with them. I get that they're air defense. I'm guilty of the same thing. But I'm trying to get better at using them every now and then, you know? Sometimes I'll just save them for no purpose. They never defend against anything. They never accomplish anything. I'm like, well, I guess they were a deterrent. But sometimes you send them in and they actually do decent damage. I mean, it's easy to get an air defense up to stop them, but still. All in all, though, this is a pretty good game. The jellyfish from Magpie was a really great idea. Twilight was trying to do some courier stuff. He ended up giving that to Magpie, though. Where they went wrong was not even fighting for the middle. They just gave them, yeah, that's what, 2 metal, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, there's about 15 metal in the middle, and you can see there's really not a whole lot on land. So they kind of just let them have that uncontested, which was a huge mistake. Because, you know, water metal is even better. I mean, now that he's gone, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So yeah, 2.5 metal right there. I don't know if these are small or medium. Another 2 metal. So even more than I had originally thought. What's the smallest one here? 1. The smallest patch in here is 1.2. So, I mean, yeah, that's easily 30 metal probably. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're looking at like 30 metal in the water. Too big to pass up. I don't even know if there's 30 metal on land. But all in all, thanks for watching. It looks like the end game screen isn't coming up for some reason. I'm not sure why. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.